I'm coming to you today from a switchgrass patch which was frost seeded last year, but we did have a few live plants that were established back in 2018 in this patch. This is one I wanted to try with the Genesis just to see what it would do with switchgrass in established pasture. So what I did was I round-upped heavy once, 2-quart Gly, 2-quart LV 400, and nuked it. And then I came right through with the Genesis drill, and it was terrible. Do not try switchgrass like that. In fact, don't try soybeans like that. Terrible idea. You got to get rid of the sod competition if you have sod and you don't want it. Okay, this is now 3 years worth of Roundup, and these plants are still here alive because I watch these seed heads and make sure that I don't spray Roundup after I see green growth on these plants. So once the soil temp hits about 55 or so, these things start going underground. Shortly after, when it hits 60 or so, that'll be late May, usually a little before Memorial Day in Minnesota. That's when I start to see a little bit of growth in these established plants. So this year I was able to spray late. We got all the way up to I think about May 20th. And that's when I sprayed using a soil thermometer, coming out and checking my established clumps that were already here, because I knew if these weren't showing, my brand new seed was also not going to be showing. And guys, I know a lot of you have been calling seed dealers, you've been calling me, you've been calling your habitat buddies, wondering what they're seeing. Guys, it's not up yet. Okay, I can tell you in Minnesota, it's a drought. Nothing's up yet. We're not growing soybeans well up here right now. We had a ½ inch back at the beginning of May. Soil was still too cold to do anything. Maybe some switch got soft at that time from the soil moisture, but from then on, we've had nothing, no soil moisture. And what that means is, with no soil moisture, with that switchgrass frost seeded in the top 1/8 of an inch of profile, and then we hit 90 degrees, I can tell you if it germinated, it died. No seedling is living through that, okay? And that's not your seed dealer's fault. But more than likely, the way God designed that plant is, it's not coming when the conditions aren't right, okay? So what I'm going to show you here today are my established clumps. You can see, okay, those are roughly, I would say maybe 2 feet high if you stretched them out. These are the best ones out here. But I'm going to show you some new seedlings, how to determine what you have in your plot, because I do have a few plants coming, but still very, very few, but I'm not worried. It's June 8th here in Minnesota. Let's take a tour of this little plot that I started last fall, officially in earnest, even though we came through it first with switchgrass back in 2018. Let's go take a look. Okay, so we've come down the hill here a bit from that clump of established switch. You can see that center frame, the big oak behind it. I got another established clump there, another one right there. It's about 6 inches tall. And now we're starting to see in my better dirt down here, base of the hill, this is switch, okay? And how you can tell is you've got that kind of maroon hue at the bottom, but it's also, if you grab the top leaves, it'll stand back up really quickly, okay? So you can see this one, boing, boing, okay? This is another one, boing, boing. You can really feel the stiffness of that new stalk, okay? Now I'm going to show you what you don't want. Here's a good established clump that you saw in the background in that shot. You're thinking, oh, that's a good seed head. That must have dropped some seed. Oh yeah, switchgrass, it's coming. Nope, junk. Look at this. I'm not worried about this plot at all. It's June 8th. There's barely anything showing. We've had 3 rains on my dirt. 3. Okay? So in my head, I'm also kind of saying, if I got some germination early, it's dead. And I'm going to be replanting. But that's not the seed guy's fault. That's Ma nature. That's what we get. And guys, if you're thinking, I don't know if I want to struggle with switchgrass, you're not alone. There's a better option. There's a better option for deer. Believe me, there's a better option for deer. I'm going to be posting that video and the process to it coming up here in a couple weeks, so subscribe to the channel. They're already in the dirt. I'm going to let you know how to do it, let you know what it is, and let you know why it's better for your habitat than switchgrass, and maybe it's even better for your blood pressure than switchgrass. God bless. This is Jake Bull, the Habitat Pro. We are in northern Minnesota. Get out and enjoy creation, guys.